Let's talk about AJ Dybantsa, or as your favorite team will call him, their future cornerstone. So let's get right into it. And he's a guy that I would consider the prototypical combo forward in today's game. I know I've said that from people I've spoken with, scouts and other draft analysts, he is a more athletic, very kind of demeanor wise, similar to Andrew Wiggins. 6'9", 210 with a 7 foot plus wingspan. He was the number one high school recruit. He's from the Massachusetts Boston area. He's a freshman at BYU. On draft night, he'll be roughly 19 years old, about 4 months. And for me, I think when you look at the 21 games, 23.3 points, 6.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, his per 36, try 26 and 7. He's shooting 53% from the field, and the three-pointer, it's developing. It's 33%. I think some nights we see that high point release, other nights against tougher competition, especially teams that have guys who have NBA bodies and potential, they do make him struggle as he tries to settle for a lot of contested mid-range pull-ups. That is something that'll have to be worked on in the NBA. But he gets to the line like it's his part-time job. Advanced stats love him. His offensive box plus minus is basically a video game cheat code number. He is very efficient on that side of the ball, but I've mentioned it. He is sort of streaky. Out of the top three guys, Peterson, Boozer, and Dybantsa, AJ is the most inconsistent. And the inconsistencies aren't like super volatile. It's just one night he'll have 43 points hitting threes, and another night a triple double. He once took 20 free throws in a game, and the man draws fouls like a magnet draws other magnets. And then there's a night where he goes 6 for 24 and he's turnover prone and he gets kind of shut out of the game, especially like that game against Miami. And the talent screams. The athleticism is off the charts. The consistency sometimes texts you, "Are you up at 2 a.m. vibes?" If that makes sense. Like, what are you doing? Like, and I know he's 19. He's going to put it together. But the frame is what you want. At a combo forward who can play the 4, the 3, 6'9", 210, explosive, above the rim, got length, 7 foot plus wingspan. He's going to kill it in transition. And he's a lob threat, a guy who can slash, dribble, penetrate, and attack the rim, and is a constant oh no for coaches when they see their defenses not set. And he's growing into a playmaker too. I think his, vision is way better than the third prospect in last year's draft, Ace Bailey. Defensively, he's great. He's a guy who can guard 1 through 4. The tools are there, and that's literally the containment ability to attack at the point of attack and also have the low man awareness to be a weak side rim protector. There's always a but. Two things that'll keep him from being the number 1 or number 2 pick is, I think, from scouts that I've talked to and just from what I've seen on tape, his schedule hasn't been the nightly war that other top prospects face. Yes, he's in the Big 12, but BYU's had a few gimme games. And so those dominant performances have come against weaker competition. He has had good games too, though. And I don't think it deserves an asterisk, but his struggles have come against other pro level, NBA level players in college. And how much can his skill improve? That's where we go with the Andrew Wiggins thing, where I think he might be a guy who gradually gets better and who I think has the potential to be an all-star. The three-point shot, though, it falls, but it isn't a weapon of choice. And his handle is sort of loose, similar to like a Jaylen Brown, and it leads to turnovers and it leads for him to get pickpocketed on drives. And that's something that's going to have to get worked on. And defensively, for his athleticism and for his length, at times he's shown the ability to be that weak side rim protector, but if I'm going to be polite, his block numbers could be better. I think Dybantsa arguably has just as high as a ceiling as Cam Boozer or Darren Peterson in the draft. The physical and the athletic attributes are all elite, and the playmaking and the shot creation are huge. But right now, he's not as polished as either Peterson or Boozer. He's going to take some time. He's spectacular, sometimes sporadic, sometimes background noise. And it's a bundle of potential. And you're betting on the superstar ceiling, knowing the path from the floor to the rafters has a few more stairs to climb. And I think he's a top 3 lock, absolutely. But he's the least close to being a finished product out of the top 3. And that's why he's a very intriguing project. So let me hear your thoughts. If you made it to the end of the video, like, comment, and subscribe.